CFL family, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to Vlogmas. So today I'm going to bring you another delicious treat. Now with this video I do cheat a little bit, but there is a way you can do it right from scratch. If you guys haven't yet or you're new here, go check out my Reeses Peanut Butter Cup video. In that I made a homemade Reeses Peanut Butter Cup for friends of mine that love Reese's Pieces. They challenged me to do it, and so I did it, and it turned out amazingly. But I had leftover peanut butter filling, and I made a bunch. Trust me, I made a bunch of peanut butter cups. Every time I made them, they disappeared in the house. Well, I live out on the East Coast in the Maritimes in Canada, and since being here, I've noticed a lot of people love certain types of treats during this time of year. There's a gumdrop cake. There's what they call butterscotch squares, which is actually very interesting. It looks really sweet because it's marshmallows with butterscotch and peanut butter. It's just this big square it's all made of marshmallows. Anyways, I digress. But there's something here that they like to do called, and they probably do it all over the place, but I never really knew how popular it was until living here, and it's called a peanut butter ball. And what it usually entails is powdered sugar, peanut butter, Rice Krispie cereal, melted chocolate, and so on and so forth. Okay, sounds simple enough? Yeah. I didn't do it that. I decided to take the leftovers that I had from my Reese's peanut butter, because I had frozen them in the freezer for future use, so they didn't go to waste. And I'm like, why not? I've already got that mixture done. I got myself a couple of chocolate bars. So let's try this melting of the chocolate, double boiler system thing, how to melt chocolate on your stove, and see if we can make a peanut butter ball using a melted chocolate bar and my leftover Reese's filling. So without further ado, let's go hop in the kitchen and see how these turn out. Alright everyone, so let's dive right in. As you can see, I grabbed my Great Value Milk Chocolate Bar. You can use any chocolate bar you really like. I actually prefer the Great Value ones over other ones myself. And the last time I did this, or when I first tried the peanut butter cups, I did try using a melted chocolate bar, and I added a little bit of margarine for a sheen, and I did it in the microwave, and it really didn't work. And then I tried with chocolate chips, again adding a little bit of margarine for that little sheen. The recipe suggested it. It's not needed, but suggested it. And in my opinion, it didn't turn out either way with the chocolate chips. So this time around, I'm going to try actually chopping up my chocolate, as you can see, as finely as I can. Before, with the microwave, I just kind of broke it into pieces. So I figured this might be the easier way to do it. Smaller pieces and such might melt better. And as you can see, I'm using a metal bowl. I don't have a glass one, so I figured the metal one would probably work, as it wouldn't melt like plastic would over the heat of the water or the sides of the pot, and would hold the heat just like a glass one would. But I'm also looking at that, and I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't look like a lot of chocolate. So I'm going to break out another chocolate bar. This is why I grabbed a couple of chocolate bars, because I wasn't exactly sure how much chocolate it was going to take. So this time around, I just broke the pieces up and decided to try and chop it that way. You never know. Try different ways of chopping it. You have fun figuring it out and taking out some aggressions even, because you can chop, chop, chop. As you can see, I'm now done, so I'm going to scrape the chocolate into the bowl. Also, here's a little bit of a handy tip. When you're scraping anything that you've chopped into your dishes, never use the blade. Always use the back side. That way you're not dulling your blade, scraping it along a cutting board. But now that it's all chopped up and ready to go, it's time to go try this double boiler system. Wish me luck. So as you can see, I've got water in my pot already, and it's kind of at a low simmer to slight rapid boil. So now I'm going to put the chocolate on top and let it do its thing, and hopefully it will start to melt here soon. That's what the whisk is for, just on the off chance it goes too quickly. And now I'm going to take the peanut butter mixture and I'm just going to roll it into balls and put it over on a cookie sheet you can barely see in the background there, and get it prepared while we wait for the chocolate to melt. I'm also going to stick them in the freezer for a few minutes and see if that helps as well. While they're in the freezer, I'm checking on my chocolate, and as you can see, didn't that melt beautifully? I've never done it this way before, and it seems to have worked amazingly. So for future reference, I think this is how I'm going to melt chocolate. But once the chocolate is melted and you have to pull out your peanut butter balls and you stick it in the chocolate, roll it around, get a nice good coat on it, and then look at that. Lift it up with a fork, knock as much chocolate off as you can. Now you can either put it on a cooling rack, a piece of parchment paper. I didn't have parchment paper, so I just put it back onto the aluminum foil I was using. And you don't have to do one at a time, you can do multiples. I decided after a while to take the chocolate off the pot because the heat was too much and it was starting to melt the peanut butter mixture. I learned my lesson. Get it melted, take it off, and then do it that way. But as you can see, the peanut butter balls in the background are just sitting on the aluminum foil and everything. I am so glad that this method worked for melting the chocolate. I was worried at first, but having it melt this way made it so much easier to work with. But I'm going to skip ahead and show you guys what the finished product looks like before I stick it into the freezer. And there you guys go. You can see they're all coated in chocolate. Yes, we had a couple that squished down and I had to drizzle some chocolate on it, but that's okay. It's a learning curve. I learned my lesson and I know what to do next time. So now I'm going to stick them in the freezer for about an hour. So I'll be back with you guys in just one moment to show you the finished product. Alright, so they're now out of the freezer. What do you guys think? Don't they look yummy? Hey, for my first attempt at peanut butter balls using leftover Reese's Pieces, innards, and melted candy bar, and not knowing what the heck I was doing with a double boiler and all that sort of stuff, I don't think they turned out too badly. Besides, they're homemade. Homemade never turns out perfectly, does it? So, I guess it's time for us to do a taste test. Be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright, CFL family, what do you think? They turned out amazingly, didn't they? I actually have to say they did, because I can't keep the kids and Chris out of them. That's right, they're going just as fast as the peanut butter cups did. And with a little bit less waste, because we don't have those little paper cupcake holders. But I also did learn that doing this in the future, I'm probably going to want to put the peanut butter balls in the freezer for maybe an hour. Make sure they're good and nice and solidly frozen before I try and put them in the hot melted chocolate, because by the time I was getting towards the end of them, you saw that in the video, they went from being balls to being squished with fork marks on them, and I kind of just had to drizzle the chocolate and spread it on top at that point in time because I didn't realize, and I should have, they were going to melt as soon as I put them in the chocolate. So hey, I learned a very valuable lesson, and I passed on the knowledge to you all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and you found it really, really delicious. And if you decide to try it, leave a comment down below and let me know how it turned out for you. Or if you have any helpful hints for future reference for me, I would love to hear it. It'd be awesome to hear from you guys to know if you guys have any helpful hints. Also, if you have liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help us out. And if you're new here and you like the chaos, the yumminess, the family togetherness, and just the family, being part of a big family to begin with, and I don't mean in my sense, I mean in our YouTube sense, then hit that subscribe button and come join our craziness and our family fun. We welcome everybody with open arms and open hearts. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell. We still have a lot more Vlogmas to come, And coming in the new year, we will have more projects, more cook-offs, and just more family togetherness. You don't want to miss out. But that being said, I gotta go hide some more of these peanut butter balls or I'm never gonna get any. So I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye, everybody.